This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Ayaklalo. Time is almost 1 o'clock, but we are here because we couldn't abandon the mission.
No, we've come too far.
But yeah, we are here manje sizokhuluma nawe about the case.
Yeah.
You know what to do if you're still up. Stay with us. This is the time where you enjoy because we are up. For those who are now sleeping, it's okay.
They'll see
They'll
each other
see
in the
each
morning.
other properly when the sun is out, right?
I guess this one will be for us night riders and people that are working at night.
Yes. So, greetings. You know what to do. Just take out that hand of that duvet and make sure that you press the like button.
Yeah. Hey, you know one thing, I'm so happy about Ubabu ABSALOM. I'm so happy about what he has done. I am having hope that good people still exist. La emhlabeni. You know this case,
when they get old, people tend to do the right things. It comes natural.
Ukuthi abantu abane integrity. Basasekhona emhlabeni.
Bakhona impela, bakhona. Akavumi. Noma ngabe kuthiwa uBaloyi sees this curve from the so-called
Do you see the curve over there?
athi no, asikizingane phela kanti nizodlala ngathi la asikizingane thina, we are not kids. That is not my signature. My signature is clear. That is not my signature.
Hayi mina ngiyabonga yazini ubaba ABSALOM.
The man has represented
nothing.
The truth very well. He stood for the truth very well.
Fearful.
Even
The
if
intimidation coming.
Ugogo benzani, it did not matter.
No.
The man made sure gore mshuto lapho. Kaneti.
He stood his ground.
He stood his ground.
He stood for the
I
truth.
know, not in my name.
Not in my
I will not allow this nonsense in my name. Not in my name. You know, find someone else to play with, but not in my name. Wow. It was umbuzo balekile. Ubaba ABSALOM. He asked a very, very crucial question. And I don't know if many of you picked it up. When he kept on saying, how can I be the only one who was claimed to have known about this, as Baloyi was trying to affirm these so-called statements that are so bogus, as he kept on referring to that. I don't know, but my son went on to tell his boss, Leshabane, that he saw who killed Senzo. He might have seen who killed Senzo. He initiated it.
Whole thing.
Where Makubo denied it. And that was when accused number 1 was arrested first. To remind you, that was way before ABSALOM Zungu could have made what is regarded as ABSALOM Zungu's statement and in that court. So when he kept on saying that they know Gininda and my son, the man is right. Because that is way earlier. So Baloyi kept on referring on who statement is old. But on that affidavit of the new affidavit that this young one wrote later, he still referred to that incident where he was trying to paint Bo Warrant Officer Makubo with the bad paint and Bo Leshabane with the bad paint and Bo Joyce with the bad paint.
Yes.
He referred to that. That's where you start seeing the loopholes. Unfortunately, the defense did not pick that one up. that this was the first man to actually make the statement. But Ubabu Zungu did.
I hope they caught it.
And they are going to use it in
the
re-examination.
Because Moses Bia was arrested, or the first time he says he was arrested. In fact, it's not he says he was arrested. Some of the police officers confirmed it was May 2019.
Yes.
And then this so-called statement that is said to have come from ABSALOM Zungu was done on the 17th of November 2019.
Exactly.
That's almost like 4 months.
Exactly. So the question of who could have known about this, that question should be properly buried in re-examination. It should be clear that the son is the first person to come with that story.
Yes.
That was later denounced by Makubo as the person who arrested accused number 5.
Remember, he was there. Zungu was there in the
so
arrest
they have many chances of actually burying that theory, as if now it's Babu Zungu who could have known about this only. No, the son came with this theory long before the father, according to his statement.
Yes.
So they should reference that.
Yes.
And they should poke that hole, because it is a hole that the court should look at. Oh, well, not the court. RATHA should look at.
Not RATHA.
I don't want to call him, but whatever he is in that court, that thing should look at.
Excuse me, are you saying the court is corrupt? Sorry. Are you saying the court is corrupt?
The idea that the court can never be corrupt while we are seeing things.
Yeah.
The idea of assuming honorable just because someone is wearing a red mpulampula. It is overwhelming.
You know,
and it's a disgrace.
A video coming from one of the TikTokers. It's just that I can't reference her. I forgot I didn't even look. It just came on my FYP. She was talking about how, you know, considering what is happening with the Professor Miss Mary the Haas.
Let's correct that. On record, Miss Mary the Haas.
Miss Mary the Haas.
Yeah.
So she was talking about how this government has allowed for very disturbing things to happen, where people who are qualified and who have the expertise, because they are criticizing or they do not completely agree. Let's say maybe they are told to do a research for a policy, maybe they want to pass. You'll find high echelon economists that are of our color who come in and, you know, write a nice research, and then they put because they understand us better, they understand us as the community, and then they're like, maybe take this direction when it comes to this policy, or do it this way instead of this way. They don't want to hear that. And then what ends up happening, people who are of this color come in with their very polished proposals and research that is very much playing to what they want to hear, right? And then what ends up happening is that they take that instead, because it massages their feelings and it makes them align with what they want to achieve, and then they now slander the black academics on the media and stuff, and start calling them and discrediting them and doing all of these other shenanigans. So she was speaking about it, and it made me think as well. It made me think about what back in the day they would refer to as the bourgeoisie.
It is rather something that we should look at and think think a way out of it. Look, that is not to say that there are no people who are capable of analyzing situation when it comes to economic policies. They are there, but as you can see, it has been evidence that people such as Elton Hart, who are doing a very great job in terms of analyzing the cases,
in particular,
they are kept out of the mainstream media. So it is unfortunate that we have reached this point also where even what we are creating now is also infiltrated properly. And it is difficult to tell people that these channels are actually infiltrated because you know what? It's because of that English.
Yes.
The bourgeoisie English, that's what we refer to as snobbish English, the one that
people like the sound of that.
You can buy accent, but you cannot buy wisdom.
This lady was talking about how forceful. Have you heard Miss Meyiwa House and how she speaks? That whole stand speaking and stuff. You'd think she knows what she's doing and she's qualified.
But I have to say, I have never been fond of the so-called professor. I have never been fond of that
I'm
woman.
just speaking for me because I
was not even surprised because I've never went deep but listening to how she speaks, the tone, and then you get to understand that actually these are not the people that we should be consuming a lot and be praising, you know. Later on, you find out that these people are called doctors, but honestly speaking,
they didn't write theses and qualify the way.
So it's easy for them. So as anyone who comes with that direction of saying that I am feeding from this kind of a person, then you know that person is a puppet. He is a puppet. They are puppets. People are puppets. People are puppets, and I've been saying, and people have been saying that we are attacking people.
Yes.
People have been attacking us. Puppets are puppets, and the sooner we call them out, the better. The easier for those who are so sleepy, who require us to call people out for them to actually wear glasses and be able to evaluate those people. So let us do that job because it is hard. Because it is viewed as being anti-competitive. It is viewed as you are not you can't compete with machine that is made to push propaganda.
No, you can't.
Yesterday, when I was listening to Meyiwa House, all I could hear is more of a propaganda than anything. When the proof that they always talk about was required, none was supported by the proof. None. Nothing. Better than, I think even Brown Mohot is better, who's saying that Mkhonas is a spy. You know, I mean, we know that he's on a dreamland. It's okay, it's fine. We accept that. But for people who have been, you see, but Brown Mohot is not a professor, for example.
No.
He's a politician who's fighting for his corner, and we understand he's fighting for his cabal. We understand that, you know, that's how politics is played.
Yes.
But for people that are sitting in a house full of glasses and they are throwing stones, harsh stones, but only one stone can break the whole house for them, you know. Because they were sitting under the I'm a professor from UKZN. I'm ashamed that UKZN kept this thing going. I'm ashamed.
I was sold. I was like, she's a professor. You
know, we're talking at master's level. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
So people come here.
Interview, marketing. She's everywhere.
And then you should look at that character, man. There are things that in this channel I cannot say, but just looking deep to that character and looking beyond the the mockery that was happening yesterday, looking beyond that, there's too much that is hidden from that character, in my opinion. Too much. Because you look at the thesis, apparently, that he wrote.
Family things.
It's patterns. What do you call it? Patterns about black wives. Is it something like that?
Yeah,
black families.
Family dynamic things.
What
and I'm
interest
like, what
do you
have
have
to
in
do
studying
with police stuff?
in studying us? What interest do you have in studying us? Why don't you look on the other side? The other side of Bolokuzana, Bokeren. Why don't you look on that side? Why are you viewing
the characteristics of a Karen? That whole thing deserves a research paper.
It's hard to deal with that. It's very hard, because perhaps you might be looking at the mirror and be looking at yourself and be like, oh, actually, this research is going deeper, So it's very hard. But that, I'm not buying that kind of thing that was happening yesterday and believing that, oh, she is old. No.
Maybe mental.
I feel that there is more to that. There is more to that. And let me tell you,
distracting us from
these
even
people,
bigger.
they are never apologetic for the decisions they take.
No
matter how much
even
you put on the corner, they will never see anything wrong. And tell me yesterday that there was an admission of whatever that was done,
there was no
that it
admission.
could have been wrong.
No.
None.
Zero. Zilch.
None.
The Lulu is the
That is how they are. So you tell me that they could be mental what? No. There's no such. A position that was taken yesterday is a position of defense. A position that makes sure that I do not reveal more than what I should be looking like.
And
in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Pretend to be on our side. They always pretend to care for us.
So it is time for now for those who, what is it called? The color of the name that I cannot call. The color, that color thinking. You should now start looking at those things.
Please
because they always pretend as if they are with us and they're trying to solve our problems.
They always do that. They always pretend. It's all a masquerade. And the next
and
thing
then when they ask about their sponsors, they tell us about the research funding and all that. And then you're like, yes. And then from writing a thesis about black wives and families and all that, and then you move straight
to the police.
Your interest is straight there. You start writing letters.
Police what to do.
And then we should look at you and be like, oh, he's a whistle, she's a whistleblower. You know who she called as a colleague?
Who?
She said, my colleague O'Sullivan. I heard her say that. And then you tell me that you are eating from her, but you are denouncing the other side of Paul Doleza, as if you don't know that there is no way you're eating the same table with this person. So you must also be eating. Awukwazi ukulala esidlekeni sezinja uphuma ungenama khizana. Awukwazi. So look at the people that you guys claim are your heroes, because you are suffering from that syndrome of hero syndrome. You want to have heroes.
For a hero.
You cannot speak for yourself. You need someone.
Want someone to speak for you. You're always looking for somebody to speak for you.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about things like that. Infiltration is infiltration, no matter how it comes. And it is easier for certain people to be targeted. Yes. For one reason or another. We can talk about it if you like it, but it's a sensitive thing. Some of you might be touched, but for one reason or another, there are people that do not have a belonging, and those people are always easy to use. And I'm done, because I'm going to say more. Now, let us wrap it up and start talking about what happened in that court, and typical and classic example of what I'm talking about.
So this was another day of Advocate BALOYI cross-examining ABSALOM Zungu. You know, he read that record. You know, is it the statement that Brigadier Gininda testified to or about yesterday, continuing from yesterday?
It's a testified about. It's a statement.
Yes, it's a statement.
Then the alleged statement that was made by
Because I
Babu
couldn't
Zungu.
quite make it out earlier on in the morning. I didn't know what was happening or what was going on. But then the sound came back, and when it came back, I was able to tell, okay, he's reading from the statement that he was reading from yesterday. So yes, you guys, I'm gonna use my phone now for today because I'm having a technical glitch here. Yes, so let's start at the beginning. So I couldn't quite make out what was happening, what was he referencing, because the sound was off a bit when they started. But BALOYI read the record wherein it said that after meeting with Constable Zungu, he said that he needed to meet with his father to obtain his statement, right, with regard to confirmation of what he was telling him. They parted ways with the understanding that he will try to convince his father to come forward so that the interview and the statement could be obtained. Although he made it clear that it would not be an easy task because of how they wanted this thing to be handled in light of the fact that the people they were mentioning are somehow related to them. So he raised that concern, but he insisted that he's a police officer and he should understand that they could not work on hearsay. So he needed something tangible. He needed to rely on something, and it was clear that there was a fear of reprisal, which was his opinion and speculation at the time, according to me. Okay, according to me. So if this thing is not handled carefully, it was made clear to him that people would lose their lives. So they parted ways with that understanding that he would respect and allow him a chance to try and convince his father. They exchanged numbers. He took his number and then also established that he was stationed, which at the stage it was under the information he gave under General Leshabani. So General Leshabani was a cluster commander in the Northern Tembisa, major general in charge of the region, and yes, he has since retired. And Gininda said he did a number of follow-ups with Constable Zungu to see how far he is, and there was no fruitful outcome between that day up to the 13th of November 2019, leading to 13th November 2019. He did recall that when he tried to reach him, he was struggling. So he ended up, because Brigadier Perumal was still on board, he said that the only lead he had and needed to be followed up was still outstanding. It was with Constable Zungu. So he asked him to accompany him so that they can work together and try to take the matter forward. And arrangements were made eventually through General Leshabani for the first meeting that was supposed to go on the 12th of November, which did not materialize. It was then postponed to the 13th, and that is where himself and Brigadier Perumal met Constable Zungu. You know, going through this, I'm yet reminded again that there are no investigations that were done here.
No.
Waiting for Zungu was the investigation.
Yes.
Sitting and waiting for Constable Zungu to give outcome, feedback, whatever, that is the investigation that he's talking about. He didn't go to Fosloras Kutwanong Street, try and find some of the neighbors that are still remaining and say, what do you remember about what happened on that day? None of that.
The starting point would have been those people, right?
Yes, he didn't go to the people that were in the house, those 7 people, Yolongwe, Zandi, everyone, to sit down and establish, let's retrace your step, what actually happened. He didn't even go to the old investigators. When you take over a case, it's normal to ask the previous investigators as to what is it that they found, which leads did they found, right? What was happening with the investigation? Where did you go? Where did you reach? And you know what's also very disturbing is that there were, remember, Mr. Anonymous, there were those talks about how around 2017, 2018, a reenactment of the scene actually happened with all those people that were in the house. Another team was investigating and they decided to take everyone and put them back at the crime scene. There were rumors of that were happening. And I'm thinking maybe Brigadier Gininda was doing all of that.
No. It was a cold case way of doing things. We found things where we didn't intend to find things. We get people arrested one way or another.
So now
allegedly.
Hearing from his testimony that he was waiting, I know I've said this before, but waiting for Constable Zungu. So what were you doing in between waiting for him? And Kamo Constable Zungu, the way his father puts it, he was being harassed by his son. He was coming, visiting unannounced, rocking up at night while he was sleeping. Things that were weird. Even today, he mentioned something about him coming with a gang at his workplace. What is that? That's an investigation?
It is.
I don't have a picture of an investigation like that. Well, he said that meeting was fruitful in that he did say that he managed to convince his father, and he said we now had to arrange a meeting where the father would avail himself. On the 17th of November 2019, Constable Zungu brought the father, who then brought a statement, and that statement implicated accused 1 and 2. So those names are now in the sworn affidavit for the first time. Gininda also dealt with ABSALOM Zungu's statement in the trial within a trial. So Ubaba Zungu said that he had no comment after Advocate BALOYI read him this entire essay.
The pain I had to go through when a judge who to me looks vindictive.
Yeah.
And I ask myself each and every day, how can a judge who's vindictive towards the people in that court be not biased? How
objective.
can they be objective after such things, after such stunts that are pulled? The emotions are out, thrown out of the window.
You were pointing at me like this.
You know?
You were pointing at me like this, saying to...
Why didn't you not say anything at the time?
No.
Why didn't you address it right there? What about you doing these things to other people?
Oh, to the witness, especially witnesses he doesn't like.
What about
yeses?
What about the yeses that we always hear on your mic?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, a disgrace, man. One way or another, we will find a way of telling you that what we are seeing there is a disgrace.
Why is the Judicial Service Commission so quiet?
Oh, don't tell me about those ones. They are busy dealing with the ad hocs and the Madlanga Commission.
Won't they find this embarrassing?
They are dealing with the defense position.
But how can they tell him as well? Because he says he's mentored most of them. The Chief Justice, current Chief Justice, he's told us before that he mentored her. So
it makes sense. It makes sense.
No one is going to call him to
order. It makes sense. I would agree with that. That's the only thing I can agree with when it comes to that. That I would agree with that.
Well, Ubaba Zungu said that they agreed, the two of them. They did this together. They were in this thing together. He said this boy used to tell me and did not even hide it from me that it's from the police. He is from the police, and he would go to Gininda. That he used to do things with Gininda. He said I would try to show him the way, told him to leave Gininda alone. Take this matter to the police station where you are working. He said, I then asked him where he knew this Gininda from and when did he start knowing him because he doesn't work with him. He said, I told him that this thing of going to Gininda and doing cases, you and this girl will put him in trouble. So there's a girl now that is being slightly mentioned. So it seems like Zungu was not moving alone or traveling alone or doing all this stuff alone. There's a girl somewhere in the midst there. I don't know whether they were a police officer or what, but it looks like this thing was somehow, strategized. It was a thing, that was just weird.
When you put the subsequently out of the window and you start listening to that evidence, I can't help but look at the novel. It's a novel that is full of characters that have magic in them that you can write out of that thing.
Well,
not to say it is deserving to be in that court in any case, but I'm just talking about a novel that would interest the kids.
It would be a very interesting novel or a drama series to watch. Well, Zungu said, even after I had reprimanded him, I was surprised when he said he was close to the scene of the crime of Senzo Meyiwa. I was now shocked when Gininda said he first heard it from me because Constable Zungu...
Do you hear that? You cannot pick it up because the way he explained Nuzung, sometimes you get lost somewhere. But what he's literally saying is that my son had this information before me, and he has proven that. So it is Mrs. job to make sure that he highlights that.
To drive it home, yes. He said, I was now shocked when Gininda said he first heard it from me because Constable Zungu went to him straight. He went to the police first. The information that he gave to the police, he then took that information, all of it, to Gininda, claiming that he knew what happened. He said it's a crime that is now being committed against me because Gininda always knew.
You are a shield, Babuzo. Put in simple terms, you are a shield.
A scapegoat. One would say a scapegoat. Zungu said that if Gininda did not know what he is explaining here, he has colleagues. He was supposed to call them and position just like him and call them to listen to what he was being told. Then it be written down, right? So what he's speaking here is the manner in which when Constable Zungu comes to him with this information, he does not take steps that are usual for a police officer, right? He would want to get other police officers maybe around him to hear what was being said, whether he was hearing what he was hearing, and then make Constable Zungu write down a statement, which is what was supposed to happen. But he's not fond of taking down statements. I don't know why, but he didn't do it. That statement never existed. Instead, they waited and waited and waited up until the trial started, and then the trial started going left, and then a new judge had to sit over. And you have to consider that the first one before De Novo, it took almost a year of proceedings. How many of you guys still remember that? Advocate D4, everything that was happening, all of the drama, everything, that took almost a year. Constable Zungu is waiting and waiting and waiting with Brigadier Gininda there. And then 2023, De Novo, the trial restarts. Judge RATHA presides over it. And here comes Zungu now with a fresh statement that he did in 2023. So Zungu then said, if that is not the case, there are other investigators of this case. He was supposed to go to the police station and talk to investigators of this case. Why did he take this case and make it his own when there are investigators There's no case that does not have investigators. He's supposed to go to the police station and speak to the investigators of this case. How come he took this case, made it his own, when there are investigators who have investigated this case? Okay? One of them, in my opinion, being Joyce Buthelezi, who has been on this case from the very beginning, but he did not want to work with them, in my opinion.
Because they were rogue police, according to
him.
And Peroman.
But Joyce Buthelezi has been there from day one. She probably
Rogue
knows
elements.
more about this case, more. But there was no trying to meet her halfway. And you know what the most interesting thing about this is that Brigadier Gininda is how do I put it? He's guarded, right? And he's a police officer. And he doesn't want people to know what he looks like. We've seen how he rocks up in court. The mask, the covering, everything. So one can be inclined to believe that if he were to go detective style and start doing investigations, he would have a tough time. Okay? Especially because he doesn't want to be seen. He's heavily, guarded and stuff. Then my question becomes, why doesn't he have investigators? Why doesn't he have detectives?
He'll probably tell you they do have them.
Who are they and why are they not assigned on this case?
Give them a
detective.
We don't know, but I assume.
If that's what he's got, then I don't know. I have no hope about the cases that are going to be handled in the future. It's just looking so doom and gloom. Because one would think there are detectives that are on the ground asking the questions, hunting information, looking for witnesses. Okay, then Zungu said, now this is coming to me as a shock when he says that he heard this from me. He knew this from long ago. Where did they take all this? And even that picture, where did they get that picture? He said, before anyone was arrested. That is why I'm saying that what is being stated by Gininda is them committing criminal acts against me. The court also has to know that. Why was Constable Zungu made the state witness when Gininda first heard this from me? I'm still saying this. Even from here, I will say it. Even if it were to go forward, I will say it. This is where I'm shocked. It is him and Gininda that pointed them. Where else they opened the case using my name? If the court was also fair, the court was also not going to allow Constable Zungu to come and testify and point at people while they said they heard the information from me. Why do we have prosecutors here when they don't ask that there's a statement from me? Why is it that they did not call me to come and testify? If I were to tell the whole truth, Constable Zungu was not the one who was supposed to testify. He said I was supposed to be the one on the witness stand pointing at the people that I accused. How come the court allowed Constable Zungu to state that he saw them doing this and that? He said, I'm agreeing that this court is corrupt. It is working together with Gininda and Constable Zungu. Why make Zungu testify? The judge said, sorry, are you saying this court? Are you saying to me
if the shoe
I'm corrupt?
Fits, why it's Cinderella?
And you know what the interesting thing here? Ubabu ABSALOM Zungu Mati Nkantolo, he's probably in his mind thinking about the whole
everyone
court.
who's constituting that court.
He's not thinking. I don't think laymen know that when you refer to the court, you're actually referring to the judge. Even I didn't know. I'm only discovering it through following this case that the court is actually it's a very
person.
ambiguous.
It's one person or two, three.
Yes, you can use it to refer to the judge. You can also use it to refer to the entire proceedings that are happening in the building. You know. So to us, in our home language, when we think the court, we are thinking I'm going to court. I'm going to the process of court. You understand? So the judge said sometimes you use this word interchangeably, ikantolo in court. But are you saying to me I am corrupt? Well, Zungu said, I'm not saying it to you. And then the judge said, who are you referring to? Well, Zungu then apologized after, how he was approached and stuff. And he stated that he did not know that the court meant the judge. And Zungu said, I was putting it on the entire court. The people working in court are corrupt. That's how I know it. You are in charge, but there are court proceedings. But the court is the entire proceedings, right?
Zungu is actually smarter than the people that know the law.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Well, Zungu said there's a word I wanted BALOYI to give me from yesterday that I wanted to take further with him. He said those things arrive at BALOYI, meaning that the documents, the evidence, whatever, things always reach Advocate BALOYI first. And he said, I want the truth to be revealed. As I'm here, I want the truth that Mr. BALOYI is receiving things from Gininda, the papers that are saying Zungu did this and that, and the information we receive from him. We are then opening a case. The very first day, the prosecutors were there. Nisi said that there was a bit of interpretation that got lost there, and he said Mr. Zungu said we used Zungu's statement to open a case. It was interpreted that they opened a case against Mr. Zungu Senior. Well,
Miss, it's one of the few, probably 90% of the others, they went through the record. Angisamfuni kahle kahle mina lo baba lo abathu lokhuzana laphana.
Which one?
The one who's in charge of these interpreters.
Jonas.
He comes in and leaves.
And he's actually the better one of all these people.
And when they are caught there, why is he not hiring Zulus there?
I don't know. Pretoria High Court, why ngafuna uqasha abaZulu akhuluma isiZulu esi right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But this is so weird. Like, you're telling me in the whole of Pretoria, there are no Zulu speaking people.
Bakona, there are many.
Many. So can't you guys get a proper person who's going to translate properly? Because things that go into the record there.
They make the record.
So Ubab Zungu said that you said that I must give a comment, but there is not a lot. My child, Constable Zungu, is the one who'd meet up with gangs and then meet up with another gang. This thing did not happen where I work. He said that he ended up no longer working well. His working conditions were compromised by what his son was doing. He said he ended up wanting to put up a ticket and leave. So he wanted to resign because Constable Zungu once arrived with a bunch of people. He said it was many, many people that arrived at his workplace asking to meet him outside of his workplace. Then when he called, he found out that his father was actually with his colleagues as well, a group of his colleagues. Hey, Yazi, this father went through a lot. He has seen flames. BALOYI asked him to comment on the evidence of Brigadier Gininda because now he was going to where he didn't want him to go, right? He said, no, let us keep it to the evidence of Brigadier Gininda. And I kept thinking to myself, but what is the question? You read him an entire Bible and now you're asking him for a comment and now he's commenting and you're like, no, let's keep it to the evidence of Brigadier Gininda. But the evidence of Brigadier Gininda has a lot of things in it that he wants to address. What is the question?
Okay, Emil, here's the funny part. Okay, but I'm correct. But this is ABAZulu, sis Emil.
Oh, ABAZulu. ABAZulu.
Iseceleni wezodwa, iseceleni.
Isn't it AmaZulu?
Asilungu, it's AmaZulu, yes.
ABAZulu manje.
Yeah. asiyilungisise eceleni na level yakho email is not Amelia, it's email. Kodwa ke asiyilungise la kahle singamazulu singxenye yamangoni singamazulu asishiye lapho.
Okay, maybe it's coming from akere when we address other Sotho tribes.
Abesuthu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ki Basotho.
Yeah.
Bapedi. Batswana. There are some people who take offense when bariking. Or ki Mopedi, Mosotho, Motswana. They take offense. There's a term that they use that people find very offensive. It's not coming quick enough.
But again, it is expected. I also butcher many languages here, guys. It's a norm, man. That's how you learn.
You learn by speaking the language.
You learn by butchering first and then later correcting yourself. I don't know if I will ever reach that level, but...
No, that's how I learn.
Yeah.
I learn by making the mistakes. I learn by speaking the language. If I don't speak, I will never learn the language. So I have to make those mistakes.
I also learned. I was speaking to these vendor speaking people.
Yes.
Apparently, also, it's wrong to call. In fact, very offensive to call vendor. I'm a vendor.
How?
Yeah, so we're not here for language, but it happens. Things are there, man. It happens. We are going to, based on where you come from, you are most likely gonna butcher Zulu, and even Zulus do butcher Zulu. Let me tell you,
from
no, not even from Gauteng.
From the townships.
Sinesizulu saphesheya kothukela thina singapha kothukela, the side of the Zulu land, the side of the Zulus.
Okay.
Kune Natal and then bese kuba neZulu.
Okay.
So laba baphesheya kothukela, there are other things now, but man pronounce it
because I remember there was a conversation about Joburg Zulu and
no, she and Jekosam Labo, we understand Labo. Well, I think this morning saying but in Jeguna I can tell umuntu ophuma emsinga. Nomuntu ophuma eZululand.
Okay.
There's this joke even go TikTok. These kids who are from Phesheya kothukela and nalaba bangapha eZululand, they were sharing Zulu. In fact, from Newcastle, iZulu siyashintsha. Siyashintsha. Umuntu oseNewcastle naye masikhuluma iZulu yaxolisa yibo. Lo muntu athi hayi ngiphume Natal. Yabo. Hey, uphinde uzwe umuntu wakamaphumulo uthi hayibo.
You see now?
It's ngiphume Natal. So kwasona ke isiZulu apparently wena Emile. There were kahle isiZulu besikhuluma sakuthefuya. Besikhuluma isiZulu lesi sakuqali kwakuthefuya umuntu akhuluma sakuthefuya. But it's a story for another day. Things do change because of few guys coming in and then yabona ingane ezilandelayo obviously nazo but ke izinto ziyenzeka.
It evolves. It innovates.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, even with Tswana is the same situation. The Tswana speaking in Botswana, that is proper Tswana. Okay.
Those ones are
deep. And then there's the Tswana that is spoken in South Africa. They are different. That one in Botswana is very deep.
I've had a friend from Botswana, by the way. Yeah, my khuluma impela.
Yeah.
You get lost.
I remember my last paper. I was not sure if I had been doing Setswana for the last 12 years or what.
It was
the most difficult
thing. And other languages, guys, they do change. It's okay, man. I don't take offense that much, considering the fact now that I butcher. Sometimes I read people's names here.
Yes.
So I'll be
But
corrected every day.
You don't
I'll
get
be corrected
discouraged. If you want to learn the language, I would highly encourage you to speak the
Qinile nje
language.
ulimi mfethu uphuma eNatal
Just
uqinile.
continue.
Luqinile ngane yakwethu uqinile ulimi lwaseNatal ayiluqinile nje. Luqinile nje kunamajike engihlulekayo kwaThasa.
No, walithi lilimi la Setswana. Setswana tongue is the most hardest to learn a new language. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not gonna judge people. Hey, when I butcher people's names here.
It's like everything works against you when you open your mouth.
Yeah.
I've went through that phase. I'm still going through it.
It's okay.
It's like it betrays you.
Mina lamvele mina nje ngiyavuma. Mina lamliqinile ulimi bafowethu. Luqinile nje ufana nomuntu ongakwazi ukudansa. Kwambona umuntu ongakwazi ukudansa khona le enokujive lapha nithi iyajive kuvela kunyakaza wonke umzimba. That's my language, that's my tongue. Yabo, it's okay guys. Let's go.
I remember I had a friend who was speaking Tonga, and I couldn't hear what she was saying. Interesting enough, it's just that I couldn't respond to her in her language. And then we went to the library, and when I got to the library, the lady in there was Botswana, and she's like, "Yo, do you know how tough our tongue is?" You are friends with a Tonga speaking person. Yes, can you hear what she's saying? Yes, I can hear what she's saying. Can I understand what she's saying? And she's like, but you can't respond. I will respond. I will learn, you know. And she's like, you are deceiving yourself.
I know. No. Yabona nje asiyeke lapho vele. Yabona language le I see.
I'm open. I always try my best. Well, he said that Zungu apologized for it. Apologize for if he lost track, because there are other things that were disturbing his train of thought. He said, I maintain that Gininda comes to testify with documents under my name. Constable Zungu arrived with information to Gininda that he first took to his supervisors at the police station. He then said that they were not minding him at the police station. They were blue ticking.
Yeah, they did. They told him to get out of here.
Then he took him to Gininda, and then Gininda entertains it.
It becomes a hoo-ha. We are here today because of one clear constable Zoom who decided that, according to his father, he wants promotion.
Zungu needs to apologize to his father after this.
Well, how can you apologize to your father?
Spend a lifetime apologizing to him.
No.
What is this?
Right here, wrong angel. Akahlale lapho ngoba next thing uzofika nenye case.
Hey.
Siphinde futhi still nenye cold case unit. Yabo. Some things they don't need to change, guys. Yabo. Kunama relationship that you better keep them like that.
Yeah, ne. Hey, this one is best kept like that, because what is this?
What
What is this?
Iyolungisa mase kushoniwe sekuhlanjulukwa kuthiwa hey unonkinga usibanibane bangabe niyahlambuluka, it's fine. Amanye ama problems are right here njalo nje awadinga eduze kwakho, in my opinion, because who's saying that is going to abandon that mission of promotion? Who's saying that? Who's saying is going to abandon that mission?
A promotion is this important? Well, the judge said, sorry, the fact of the matter is Brigadier Gininda was the lead chief or lead investigator. Okay, he was in charge of the investigation of this case.
Who told you that, Judge? Brigadier Gininda himself and his people. There's Warrant Officer Makubu.
Joyce Buteles.
Joyce Buteles.
Joyce Buteles.
They have a different view.
There's a statement that you guys have been using a lot as the state of Amanda. That statement, she's also considered an investigator. for that extensive statement that she did. So this case has had a lot of investigators. And then he says lead investigator. He said he was in charge of the investigation of this case, not any other person but Gininda himself. This is bold coming from a judge. Not any other person but Gininda himself. So every information should come via him because he's the one who was in charge.
Let me tell you what, this is a sign that everything that Gininda says is true.
Zungu said
in front of that judge.
Sure. I was stunned. I was like, oh, wow. Wow. So Zungu said, so what makes Zungu not ask who were the people that he was referring to? Baloyi now quoted Gininda's testimony where he said that on the 17th of November 2019, Constable Zungu brought the father, who then gave him a statement implicating accused 1 and 2. The names are now in a sworn affidavit for the first time, and he said to Bab Zungu, underline a sworn affidavit for the first time. He said, we put it to you yesterday that Constable Zungu's sworn affidavit was obtained on the 31st of May 2023. Care to comment? And Zungu said, Constable Zungu called me and said to me, Weba, meaning father, my dad, Gininda just called. And then he said he phoned you. Then he replied and said yes. And then Gininda asked me to write the statement to say that I was present where the incident took place. Then he left and wrote it. Baloyi then said the evidence of Constable Zungu is on record. We just want you to comment on the evidence of Brigadier Gininda. He's commenting, boss. What is the question, Mr. Baloyi? You said, do you have a comment? This is a comment he has, and now you're stopping it. He said, do you have any further comments or do you stand by your comments? And Zungu said, I don't know about Gininda's statement. I have already explained how all of this unfolded. And then Baloyi said, we put it to you that Brigadier Gininda, the essence of this evidence is that he acted on the information that is contained in your evidence. Baloyi now continued on the proceedings of the 17th of October 2024 of Brigadier Gininda testifying, where he said that he led the events that took place on the 30th of May 2020 when accused 1 was arrested in Tembisa case 2173 of 29. He said that they came through a cold case analysis. They did a profiling. And in a nutshell, Baba Zungu, Brigadier Gininda is saying that the investigating team acted on the information you had provided in your statement, leading them to profiling accused 1 and 2. And the profiling revealed that there is an outstanding case against accused number 1 in Tembisa that is referred to in the record. And Mnisi objected to this question, and he asked, what does the further investigation upon the alleged receipt of the investigation team of the statement that they said they received from Mr. Zungu has got to do with this witness? The fact that they are saying that they further profiled and they are profiling and built and revealed some further information about accused 1, what has that got to do with this accused? He said it is very irrelevant. Now, the judge said it's not irrelevant. The police have got to know who Mr. Sibia, who is Mr. Ntanzi, who is Mr. RATHA, because it may be so that Mr. RATHA has 16 murders which are facing him, but he has ran away.
Did it sound like he was answering the question as of the relevance there?
No. He said, but we are being told that some of these cases were withdrawn. So Gininda is the head. He's the head, remember. He's the head of the cold case. He did the cold case analysis. He's got to know, are there any other cases which Mr. Mkhwatling is involved in? So that is the proper method to investigate. Oh, guys, this is exhausting. This is a proper method to investigate. This is just a simple task that should not even take more than 15 minutes. Yeah, he said he finds that he'll follow them up as he did with Tembisa case. Then Nisi said to him, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have done that, But the essence of my question is, what has this got to do with this witness? What has it got to do with this witness? How relevant is the information that he followed up to this witness for this witness to comment on it?
Very irrelevant.
Baloyi said that they will lay the basis, and they did so yesterday. This witness denied he ever made a statement.
And then?
Angazi.
So they must lay the basis that you made the statement, okay?
And then what?
So that is why at the end the signature had this curve. Did you see the curve? Hey, my daughter. Quack. And then?
Yeah.
Did you see the curve? Yeah, there is that curve. We are hand analyst and writing analyst now.
Yeah, now he's
Did
a
you
signature
see the
and
curve?
writing expert. Yeah, so the judge said that's the point, and Baloyi said, and we put it to the witness that we are going to make him go through a series of events as outlined by Brigadier Kinida to demonstrate his version cannot be true. The judge said, okay, fine, which means he can proceed, right?
It's in. I won't continue. All that to say at the end. Did you see the curve?
Do you see a curve there? Do you see?
It was then.
Well, Baloyi said that Brigadier Kirina said that he was profiling, and the profiling revealed that there was an outstanding case against accused number 1 in Tembisa, and that they applied for a warrant of arrest, and that warrant of arrest was before court, and accused 1 was then arrested on the 30th of May 2020. He further testified that accused 1 made a confession and a pointing out, and Nisi objected again, saying that Baloyi was coming with very long suppositions. He said rules relating to cross-examination is that Mr. Baloyi must come up with a statement and then request the witness to comment. Not to read a long supposition, then say to the witness, comment. Not to read a long list of suppositions. He said, what is it that they are supposed to be commenting on? 10 issues at a go. And then when he does it, he stops saying, please remain with the statement of Brigadier Guinea. So the best way, he said, to do this is to read a passage and then say, Mr. Zungu, can you comment on this? Then say to the next passage and say, Mr. Zungu, comment on this. He said, I think to me and to any other objectively minded person.
Keep on throwing them, but when we can hear you, Tina. We understand your language. Please press the like button. Please press the like button.
Objectively minded.
Mr. Zungu. Do you see the curve?
I am embarrassed on his behalf. I'm so embarrassed on his behalf.
Why does he page forward and page backward? Mr. Zungu. The nub of this question, my lord, is do you see your ID signature? Do you see
when he does that?
Do you see the curve?
My nerves, I'm so annoyed. Do you see the curve?
Omunye umtholenza so. Ijambile. Hayi uvela ubona hayi. Ba.
A lot is going on in that court. A lot is going on. Yo.
I've never seen a court on live television move like that.
Yo. A lot is going on in that court. Well, he said, I think to me and to any other objectively minded person That is a proper way of how this process should be unfolding than to read 3 pages at a go and then expect the witness to comment. Baloyi repeated this statement again and asked Zungu for a comment. Ubab Zungu said, I did say that I will not be commenting on Gininda's statement because it has criminality or elements of criminality in it. How is this, or how is it that you work or are with a person for such a long time and they say that they were there and then they come back and say that they did not know anything and you come back and say you didn't know? Here's what I want to know. There are 2 police officers. Gininda has his own, year that he speaks of, and Constable Zungu has his own year, which is 2014. What strikes me is that Gininda has used all the information on his case and even finished while he says he did not know anything. He first heard of the evidence in 2019. Why is the evidence of the police not the same? Are you disputing what is being said by Constable Zungu? Which is a very good point if you think about it. Why are you not taking the evidence of 2014 from Constable Zungu first? Why is it not a priority? Are you saying you don't believe him?
The nub of this statement is that he's the one who came with the lead, Mr. Zungu. But Zungu is saying no. Even if by miracles I made that statement, my son was the lead. Not me.
He's the one who was leading.
My son is the one who had this information. There is a proof of that because he told his bosses that told him to get off.
In May, 30 May of 2019. That's what he did, yes. When Moses Bia was arrested.
What's the time there? 20 minutes?
My lord, it's 20 minutes.
Baloyi, what's the time there?
My lord, it's 20 minutes before the long adjournment.
All right then. Can we adjourn?
We still have 20 minutes.
Okay, continue. I'm afraid to. Baloyi's name in that judge's mouth, it resides freely. It doesn't pay any rent.
Well, Baloyi said we have explained to you that your son's statement was obtained on the 17th of November 2019, whereas Constable Zungu's statement was obtained on the 31st of May 2023. And Zungu said his statement is supposed to be from 2014. Baloyi said yes, it was obtained in 2023, but he relayed this incident that happened on the 26th of October 2014. Zungu said, now, where is the statement from 2014? Baloyi said, Bab Zungu, we have already covered that point. Which is a good question. Where is it from 2014? Where is the statement? Ain't you saw what happened in 2014? Where is that statement? Or then Gininda said that after profiling accused 1 and 2, they discovered that there was a standing case against accused 1 in Tembisa. They then applied for a warrant of arrest. And he asked Ubab Zungu for a comment. Ubab Zungu said, I would like to ask, am I hearing that there is a team that went to arrest Constable Zungu there? Was Constable Zungu there when they arrested or they made those arrests? Baloyi ignored him and carried on and said, we are putting it to you that the evidence of Brigadier Gininda. It's an important question though. Was Constable Zungu there? Zungu is making me think of things I never thought of before. Was Constable Zungu there when they were arresting accused number Lokuzan? And there's a possibility that he was there. It's possible. Because he was there when they arrested him for the first time. Was he not there, Libole Shabani and stuff? Well, I said we are putting it to you that the evidence of Brigadier Ginida, this is what the investigating team under the leadership of Brigadier Ginida did. They testified that accused number 1 made a confession and a pointing out, and we see this in the record of the 22nd of May 2025. That is where you find Kelly Khumalo as a trigger point of the assassination. Ramasipili was annoyed at this point and he got up as well and he said, with all due respect, I'm rising on 2 points. On the point of fairness and on the point of relevance. Unless this witness says I was with Ginida when he was obtaining confessions and Kelly Khumalo's name, it's unfair for this witness to comment on subsequent investigations that were done by the team while they obtained a statement from him. Baloyi said he had already replied to that objection when it was raised by Advocate Nisi, but for it to show that the following up on the information that was provided by the witness, this is what happened after. Ramasipili said that is something that this witness can argue, but to expect this witness to say, I know Ginida to get a confession. Yes, I know that the name of Kelly Khumalo was mentioned. It for me ends up where Ginida says, I opened a statement from this witness on the 17th of November 2019 and subsequent investigations. This witness is privy to that. How can he be expected to comment thereon? Baloyi said that it just shows what the result of the information is. That is, it was obtained from the witness. This witness denies that he provided the information.
Baloyi, let us break this thing down. Baloyi is trying to say, because of those false statements, the confessions.
Yes.
It was because of Babu Zungu's statement.
Yes.
There was an arrest, and that arrest produced the so-called confessions.
And then the pointing out. Crazy
world, eh? Crazy world.
Insanity. Well, he said that we put the version of Brigadier Ginida to show that he did provide the information, and these are the results of the information that is provided. So we submit, my lord, that subsequent events are relevant. Are they? Really?
Yeah, look.
With this witness?
I will play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Yes. On a normal day, yes. Think about it, amen. You tell me that there could be someone who knows where the body is. We approach that someone. This is when they are relevant. We approach that someone, and that someone indeed tells us where the body is, and we find the body. In this case, which is, this case, it's only the confession that was allegedly forced. So that's what Baloyi is actually dwelling on, because the judge accepted those so-called confessions.
Despite
therefore the sequence of what you did. But the problem now is that in this case, you are denying that. So to prove that you were actually on the money, except for the curve of the signature, is I need to show you that what you gave me, I followed it subsequently, and then it gave birth to certain results. That's what he was trying to say. Unfortunately, I know it's painful to fathom.
So how does it work with everyone denying their statements? How does it flow?
Yesterday I explained this thing. It does not kill the investigation part of it, but then that means we cannot rely on that statement to convict.
Okay.
But it will never reverse the consequences of what happened after the so-called statement.
Well, Ramasipili said unless the witness mentioned Kelly Khumalo or all the other aspects, Mr. Baloyi says he wants to put to this witness, but he said then I'll rest because it's like I'm bashing my head against the wall. This was speaking, meaning that it's useless to even object at this point because Baloyi will just have his way. He will just be allowed to carry on. You
Yes, the love child,
Yeah.
the darling of the court.
know? So Baloyi mistakenly also referred to Babu Zungu as Zwani. I don't know.
Inyanga yakhe.
Oh, okay. And
Allegedly, I'm joking.
Zungu mumbled something there, and I saw a lot of people chuckle in court. What did he say?
Utheni kodwa uthena yiyo ke lento. Something like that.
He said that, they were referring to a Kumalo and whoever. What I just couldn't, hear him properly in what he was saying, but I heard.
I forgot. I remember hearing that. I understood it. I also laughed, but I forgot what was it.
Well, Baloyi repeated the question once more and added that accused number 1 pointed out the scene of the crime. Nisi said that it's irrelevant. He said, I think the state intentionally does this. I don't know what is it that they hope to achieve with this exercise from this witness. Their main crust of the case is the witness, according to the state, provided the statement and it ends there. On the basis of that, the statement, they got this information. There's nothing that this witness or in this witness's statement that indicates that in my statement, I also mentioned that subsequent to me making the statement, then the state went on to take the confession of accused one. And on the confession of accused one, this is what was being said. That is the totally irrelevant insofar as the witness is concerned. I happen to agree. I mean, if you managed to take my statement and you were able to find all these subsequent other things thereafter that prove what I came to you with, I don't think it's my business what you did after I gave you the information.
Yes, it is not if you accept your so-called statement.
Even if I do accept the statement, it's none of my business.
If you accept it, obviously the exercise stops.
What happened after?
But if you do not accept the statement that you make now, you've changed, then the question is, why is it that the information that you gave happened to land exactly where it gave us the results of this case? That's basically what Baloyi is trying to deal with here. That therefore that would mean this is your statement. You made the statement, and it happened to lead us to the data. But the problem again, and I get you now on the other side. The problem is that if I deny the statement, but the statement led to arrest.
Yes.
You by showing me the sequence of things happening does not prove that I made the statement. It still does not prove. It just happens to prove that the statement actually led to a proper lead. But it does not prove the belonging. The only thing that can literally prove the belonging is my signature and everything else, the details that I gave there.
Most definitely.
Which, unfortunately, in this case, the curve is not working.
The curve. He said that I don't even want to comment. The judge responded to this. He said, Baloyi, they say it's irrelevant. And he said, I don't know. I don't even want to comment because you are saying Mr. Zungu Sr. denies having made the statement. Is that why you are trailing on the repercussions of the statement? And Baloyi said yes.
How can the repercussions prove the ownership
of the statement?
Because the repercussions, what the repercussion prove are that statement hit the nail at the head. That's it.
But they cannot prove that I took the
did
statement.
it. Yes. The only thing
I
that
made
can
the
prove that
statement.
is signatures.
Well, Nisi said no, but the court is providing answers to the state, and that is not where we are at. We are saying that subsequent to the receipts of that statement, everything that happened within the parameters of the police investigating their case has nothing to do with this witness. The judge said that they should proceed, and Baloyi said they'd already
Overruled.
argued this point. Yeah.
Basically,
Must
in
just
simple
continue.
terms.
Yes. Baloyi continued with the pointing out evidence. Zungu said that he had no comment because he did not know anything, nor did he see anything. Then Baloyi said to Ubab Zungu, Brigadier Kininda further testified that accused number 1 pointed out a traditional healer, Mr. Lionel Zwani, he consulted before and after the incident, and the traditional healer testified and confirmed that evidence. Did he? Did he confirm
that? That was the most confusing witness ever. Let's press the like button.
Well, Zungu said he doesn't know. He doesn't know. And then Baloyi said, we put it to you that this information that you provided resulting in the assimilation of evidence that we have just put to you, do you have any comments? And Zungu said, I'm getting a bit confused now. As you are mentioning about going to a Sangoma on that consultation, if you can help me out, is there anything that was said regarding this Meyiwa matter? Well, Baloyi said, I put it to you that he confirmed with the evidence that is on record. Did he confirm? Well, Baloyi, after the short adjournment, went to the evidence of Constable Zungu of the 7th of September 2023, where he said that on the 18th of November 2019, he was almost killed by Nkazimulo. And then Baloyi said, subsequent to the making of your statement on the 17th of November 2019, Constable Zungu testified about an incident that happened on the 18th of November 2019 in Tembisa. He testified that he was on his way from the shops in Tembisa and an attempt on his life was made by Nkazimulo Ntuli. And Zungu said he has no comment because he doesn't even know this Nkazimulo person. And then Baloyi said, and Constable Zungu further testified that Nkazimulo Ntuli is related to accused number 1 and accused number 5. And Zungu said he's confused by this name of Nkazimulo. And then Baloyi said Constable Zungu further testified that there was a call between him and accused number 1 on the 19th of September 2019 discussing this incident. Then accused number 1 took to admonish Nkazimulo. And then Ubab Zungu said, I don't know about that. I don't have a clear recollection as to whether I was told about that or not. And Baloyi said, Bab Zungu, yesterday we referred you to your evidence wherein you testified that accused number 1 and Constable Zungu are of the same age. Ramasipili objected and said that is not the evidence of this court. Well, the judge said the evidence is that they are friends. Lord have mercy. While Baloyi read the record where Zungu said Constable Zungu is the same age as Sibia, and the judge said if Ramasipili does not remember, then it's not a problem. But then accused number 1 raised his hand up and called to Advocate Nisi. He ended up correcting the judge. Well, the judge confused Ontanga and Abangani, it seems, because Ontanga means that they are of the same age, they are peers.
Oh, I gotta get to see. Get so tired of Jobek in Tanga. In fact, it's not even so tired. You know, in Tanga, even in Jobek, so tired. It still is referencing the age.
That you are similar age.
Yes.
Hey, Yabana, that thing almost went into the record and it was going to pop up somewhere. I'd say, yes, you did admit that you were friends with Constable Zungu.
Hey, my daughter. Hey, my daughter. Let's press the like button, guys, please.
Well, Zungu said that he was just making an estimation when he was saying that. He said, I can also be compared with someone else to estimate my age. It's just estimating. I was not saying it as is. Then there is a point of Nkandla that he was a policeman. When a person has done something at home, they have done that thing at home, and then you are sitting and not working, and then you get a job. There's something of substance that you do. You visit home and you do certain things while you're visiting at home. And Baloyi said, sorry, Bab Zungu, it was about the age. We just wanted you to confirm your evidence that you said that accused 1 and Constable Zungu are of the same age, you know. And Zungu said that he wanted to explain about Nkandla since he asked. He said, you made mention that he grew up at Nkandla and never came home. Well, he did come home, and we did a certain tradition for him to get employment. He said, I like a person coming home with other people and just taking their bags and leaving. It's unlike that. But he said that there was a certain something traditional wise that they did for him to get a job. Well, Baloyi said the age of accused number 1 is 31 January
Zungu said
1986.
they did something.
Yes, Zungu, they did the ceremony or whatever for Constable Zungu to get employment. He did go to his father at some point when he was not working. And yeah, a dedicated father did his best. So Constable Zungu says he was born on the 18th of May 1986. So there is a 4-month difference between him and Muzi, because Muzi was born on the 31st of January 1986. So there is a 4-month difference between them. They were born in the
Zungu
same
being the
year.
older one.
Yes. And what confirms is that they are of the same age, which is what Bab Zungu had testified. So Baloyi said in the statement that you now deny references made to Mr. Ntanzi, and it says that Mr. Mafika Ntanzi is employed at the mines at Rustenburg. Muzisbia is currently somewhere in Kwanongoma, and Ntanzi is working at a mine in Rustenburg. What is stated there accords with the evidence that is being given that accused number 1, Mr. Ntanzi, was employed at Carltonville at Sibanye Stillwater. And Zungu said the point that they are putting across to you is that the information could only be furnished by someone who knows accused number 1 and Mr. Ntanzi. Well, Zungu said, I don't want to continue because I've explained how I know them. I know them from home. And once they start taking their bags and looking for work, I don't know anything. I'm not there. Even with that Rustenburg, I've never even been to that Rustenburg. So Baloyi then said, do you know the father of accused number 1? And it seems he wanted the name of accused number 1's father. And Zungu said he doesn't know the name. They usually use nicknames when they refer to each other, or namesake, you know. And then Baloyi said, does the name Ubaba normally ring a bell? And Zungu said it's his namesake or nickname. He said he doesn't know Baba. Normally, it's Normali. So Zungu said he knows Gwabeni as well. And he's also a Zungu, or he's from the Zungu family. And the person who birthed him calls Ubabu ABSALOM Baba. And Gwabeni refers to Ubabu ABSALOM as Mkulu, grandfather. So he said he's related to accused number 1 by being born from the same Ntuli family. Regarding their way of living, they are living in separate houses, but they are family. They are related. It's just that they are bahlala imizi ehlukene. Different family, different households. Well, Zungu said that he does not know if their mothers are sisters or not, because Baloyi had asked if they are mothers or sisters. Zungu said he doesn't know. So Baloyi asked if Zungu knows Kwamateni, Vimbi, Zikali. Zungu said he doesn't know those areas. And then he asked if he knows Enyogeni, the royal palace, and it falls under Nongoma. He asked him if he knows Nenge, and Ubab Zungu said he doesn't know this place. Kwateza, and he said that is where they have their court, where the court is based. And then he asked him if he knows, or does it fall under Kwad Nongoma, Kwateza, and Ubab Zungu said it falls under Mahlabatini.
Mahlabatini, yes.
And then Baloyi asked, under the Greater Nongoma area. Does it fall under the Greater Nongoma?
Shit. So in his head, this is like a circle, ne?
Yes.
The bigger circle being Nongoma, and then the smaller one being Hlabatini and Ulundi.
Yes.
Which is freaking wrong.
Like how they refer to Gauteng, maybe there's a city, there's Pretoria, and then there's townships, Mamelodi, Soshanguve, Atteridgeville, and what's the other one? There's a township I'm forgetting.
No, that's not how it is.
That's how he's envisioning the Nongoma area.
In fact, Mahlabati are under Ulundi.
Mahlabati. Oh, that's why Muzi kept insisting that it's different. It's not the same area.
The Nongoma is a standalone.
Okay, so there's also Itogolo. What, I don't know how to pronounce this, Mr. Anonymous, that he was asking him about. Kwaduma.
Yeah, I think when Zengamabom to some of these things. He knew these places, but I know anxiety.
Today he was more certain. Like Mahlabatini is not gonna go. Mahlabatini is Mahlabatini.
No, he was certain even at Kalenu. What he said that because of shortages that you get Mahlabatini, you sometimes go to Ulundi or go to Wanongom.
Yeah.
And get some other stuff.
He did say that, yes.
You know, it's like people who are from show, for example, if they want a bigger scale of things like other stores that are not their show, they go to Mpangen and Richards Bay. You know, does it mean that show belongs to Mpangeni side or Richards Bay? No. Ishowe has his own areas.
Yes.
And then Mpangeni na ine kotizayo, Wesagabiela and all these other things. Then showe na lone kotizayo. But I mean, they're far apart also.
Very far. So Ubale asked, would it be correct to say Enyogeni Nongoma Kwatezene Mahlabatini fall under the greater Nongoma area?
Ziko, those are sections under. So
I'm dribbling.
And I told you won't get it, man.
It's dribbling him. He looked at Google Maps.
You won't get it.
He looked at Google Maps, but even in Google Maps, there's no Goma. It's separate, and then there's these other areas. They are separate as well. So I don't know.
Zikode, okay. Engudwini is good. Ishowe is a subsection. Then under that show, then kunekoti sub namasub amancane that makes it show as a whole.
Okay.
What he asked there is a mixture of the main town
With
and then
Nekoti.
that makes some of these main areas.
So Ubabu Zungu said Enyogeni only is the only one that falls under Kwanongoma.
Yes.
And all the other areas fall under
Mahlabatini.
So Baloyi then asked him, people coming from these areas, do they regard each other as homeboys?
Oh,
People coming from more or less the same area. And Ubabu Zungu said,
yes. In fact, yes, you can.
But why?
Let me make an example without revealing where I'm from.
Okay.
I can say umuntu ophuma kaNongoma umkhaya. You know umkhaya, there is umkhaya on a province level. Do you understand?
Because when
people
meet each other,
yeah, when I'm in Cape Town,
in different provinces.
Umuntu ophuma from KZN, anywhere, he could be coming from Msinga, Pesha Kotukela, far away from me. But umkhaya. Yes. Because it's Puma province in A1. I'm within that province, maybe I'm in Durban.
Yes.
Then someone comes from my closer to my area. Umkhaya again.
Okay.
They understand?
Yeah.
So there's not, like, I don't think you'd find a link there.
He said, when we talk about Enyogeni, we are talking about a residential area. This is Ubabu Zungu responding to that. He said, I don't want to get myself into trouble. I would like us to stop mentioning this. He said, I will have to apologize indeed. I will say that I was taking it from you. Okay, tomorrow police might arrive informing me that I'm requested at Enyogeni. And they would ask me where I get that permission to talk about the royal palace. He said, I then have to pay damages in the form of cows. Where am I going to get them? So Enyogeni is the royal place where the king resides. So Baloyi was making Zungu testify as well on the cell phone records. He read the records. Oh my God. But these areas, he said, were reflected in the cell phone records of accused number 1. This is what initiated this whole exhausting process. He said the cell phone records of accused 1 and 3, they show that some point in October 2019, they found themselves in those areas. Enyogeni and what is the other one? And I don't know what the relevance is, but it ended up now becoming a thing of going through the cell phone records of accused number 2 and accused number 1. Mnisi actually objected to this before he even went there. He said the supposition is very vague and embarrassing because cell phone records would indicate who's calling and from what place. Cell phone records would indicate who's receiving the cell phone call from the one that is calling from a particular place and where the recipient is. Just to say that 2019 would indicate that accused 1 and 2 were in their areas is very unfair. The state must deal with the specifics and not general issues. He said the state must state on this day there was a call made by accused 1. He was at this place and it was received by this person. He was at this place, not just to say that the court indicates that they were at a particular place. So Baloyi said that the evidence has already been traversed for their purpose. They just want to find out from the witness if he knows those names.
It's a cell phone. That's what Ms. was objecting to. A cell phone does not equate to a person.
There was a back and forth, between Advocate Nisi and the judge regarding now an instruction for Advocate Baloyi to go through Pinky Fine-Thilengem's evidence of the cell phone records. The judge said, you don't have to argue with me, Mr. Mnisi. But then Mnisi said the court has allowed the state to get away with murder on a number of occasions. He said, I'm not arguing with the court. And then the judge said, what are you doing? The other day you were pointing at me like this. You were pointing at me like this. And accused number 2 at this moment, raised his hand up for Ramosepele to approach him. And Mnisi said that his clients told him that Mr. Baloyi is actually wrong about the record, saying that in 2014 he was where Baloyi is stating. The judge said that they should go through the entire cell phone record evidence.
Because he want to accept the fact that, this bogus theory that the phone radius equates to a person being there.
Being there. Your phone passing by a tower. It means you are there. It's like your phone. He's making the phone the tracking device of the person that is permanently there.
It is evidence
and it's not
that
moved.
Cannot be used alone.
It needs support.
It needs support. Yes, you can say, indeed, you killed so-and-so. Here's the gun that you killed so-and-so. At this time, your phone was pinging around this area. Do you understand? That now, that's a different story. But to say that, oh, Emily, you are sitting in Joburg as you are sitting wherever you're sitting, just because your phone is pinging there, it's not true.
Well, after that long adjournment, Baloyi went through those cell phone records. He kept going and going. The judge also looked very focused, zooming in, doing what he does. And I'm like, okay,
I'm glad you didn't capture that nonsense.
I was tired. I didn't see a way forward. I was in the
only moment
wilderness.
that was important to capture is how Babu Zungu denied that signature.
Well, Baloyi showed Babu Zungu the signature on his ID and the one in the statement, and he asked if he can see the arch, the arch on the outside. Zungu said, he doesn't write it like that. He said, "Angibhali mina kanjalo." Jona se mayini. Ngeke mina ngibhale kanje.
Adindala ngathi sezingane.
Ngenza ingane.
Let's press the like button, guys. Wow, that was great, man. That was the highest closure that you can ever get.
Ubab ABSALOM Zungu owes us nothing. It will be up to the court.
He must go back and look after his family.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wish him all the best
All the
in
best,
life.
Mdomdala. May
But tomorrow,
the
Advocate
eyes-
Missy will be doing a re-examination.
Yeah, may you
with
not
him.
keep him that long.
Yeah,
Just
he
let
owes
the
us
man
nothing.
go. He's done marvelous job.
Those of us who've been following this case from the very beginning, we are content. He has really, really made everything absolutely clear.
What a
That's
good battle,
clear.
man, the old man.
May God continue to bless him.
With more years, we need people who are capable of speaking the truth.
Yes. May we be encouraged in what this old man has done. He has reignited a fire within some of us that we must tell the truth. The truth
Siyabonga,
will
Mntomdala.
set you free.
Sibonga nje
Look at how
iqiniso lakho.
free he was. How free he sounded. The truth will set you free.
Imphekezela umuntu omdala nenze sure ukuthi ugibele emotweni. Akuphephile lapha eJoburg. We'll only be happy once afika kumkhwanazi ngale side lomkhwanazi. Once sekumkhwanazi ke hayi ke. Konke sobe sekuhamba kahle. Impela. Thank you very much. 2 calls.
I am humbled.
2 calls are allowed. Aswavume, sivume lena. Yebo yes. Mzansi, hello.
Hey, Misano.
Say, how are you?
And family, thanks for taking my call. It's late. You guys, you need to sleep now because we need to be fresh for Mr. and Mrs. Re-examination. Please.
I will be fresh, I promise.
Oh, good. What I was just going to comment, Mr. Ano, is a brilliant job by Mr. Zungu. He answered in the best possible way. In an area he knows, he says, I know the place. In an area he doesn't know it. Which was genuine. I felt like it was genuine, the way he was answering. And then it was even a good lesson for some of us. The judge was speaking this Zulu from Johannesburg, the one that says Nkanga is a manga. It was in a nice way. Even because he thought he had the Zoom correctly, but he didn't hear him correctly then, and he was corrected, which was good. And then my next point is, mate, I just wish now the defense can bring Gwabi. I don't want the Adantanzi brother to come and add what Mr. Zungu has done. We are done with that statement. It doesn't hold anything. Gwabi must come now and deny the function for the fourth. Yes. Gwabi must come and deny it. And then we know that what Zungu said that led to the arrest of accused 1 and 2 does not exist. And the 2014 meeting does not exist. And then we are left with what? Yeah. So we need Gwabi.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I felt that's why I felt like the reading of those stuff on the record. It was just a delaying tactic to say I'm done, because there was no need for all that. Because how Mr. Zungu know that this thing there, what's for? It's none of his business. Really.
It is none of his business.
Yeah. All right. No, thanks, guys. Let's see where we land, and looking forward to the new witness. Looking forward to that new witness. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, tomorrow or today.
Right, let's hear what you guys say. Please press the like button. Press in, guys. Don't forget, the calls are open 0711537006. Njalo the call on WhatsApp. You call anyhow you want to call. We are here. One day this will be used as internet call, right? That is WhatsApp if it does happen one day to go to court, I guess. But the calls are open, guys. Mamfunega, I like Mr. Zungu's intelligence. He actually made BALOYI throw a towel for a first time. Yes, indeed. We don't have Muhammad Ali or people that fight for what is right any longer. Yeah, indeed. But now and then there are heroes who are creeping in, such as this old hero. who has decided to speak the truth, not follow the trail of money or whatsoever that people might be following. Lindani Dube Adirata said Babu Zungu's accommodation is paid by the states. Then Babu Zungu said Ngilala Emma Garage. Probably that would mean that if he still does, he's not trusting of whatever that was paid for by the states. Mandla Ngobo. Bengfisa simube drink nje to wipe his tears. He has been through a lot.
Yes.
It would be a good idea if there was a way forward to that. A man did gave us great joy after many years of pain. This case is painful.
It is.
Lee Boshobane ati Mr. Zungu, he's strong enough. No one can do this. Sibonge lapho li impela strong indoda. NoNkulunkulu kuyasho ukuthi umbhekile ngoba umuntu oneqiniso. From what we were told by Umuzi that he used to have a crash that side for them to go to. That is a man who cares about the people who surround him.
Yes.
And he was working in the mine. During the old days, the mines were bowling, I guess. So he decided to give and pour back. Buisi where Lamini, I'm watching. Season 18, the case evidence is far from crime scenes. The whole of evidence. Yes, we're told about the linking of whatnot and whatnot. It's the first time I've seen this thing of what do you call it, the connections of the phone being so emphasized like this. They don't have evidence. Junta Judal, the real Zungu is a master chess player full of wisdom. Hey, Sbonge lapo, Sbonge. It was good. It is good that he's almost there. Sibonga nje iqiniso lakhe net siyabonga ukuthi ube khona kusiyami. It's been a while, Net. Sibonga nje your presence now and then. If you grace us with that present, we appreciate it. Season 18 Sibonga for pushing the likes. Let's push the likes more, guys. We are about to reach 300 likes. Let's push one more time. Do me so do. What's up?
But you guys said that as distance itself from very nice.
It's about time. Mzansi, hello. Siyaphila mfethu njani?
Siyaphila njani?
Siyaphila man. No, siyambonga Babu Zungu, man. Babu Zungu, he was brilliant, man.
Yeah.
And I think Obaloyi underestimated kanti uclever natural. Why I'm saying so? Yabona ngilalela inkulumo yakho mithi if ukuthi nithi uAbsalom Zungu ufikile wazotestify ngezinto ayibone 2014 why eze in 2019 azofuna statement because he was supposed to go to the court and testify abashela ukuthi hayi 2014 I was there. Why bazombhalisa statement on 2019? I say, this old man is clever.
Basically,
clever.
saying
You can't
this case, they made it.
They made it, actually. If Umfana wakhe, the concept of Zungu, he knew about everything. He was supposed to go to the court and tell Kenny, no, I was there. Not going to Absalom Zungu and taking him to Pretoria and do his statement.
Yeah.
On 2019. So, like I was saying, Zungu is clever. And another thing, yabona abantu basemakhaya abafana no Absalom Zungu, they don't lie.
Yeah.
They don't lie. They tell as it is. Yabona. So ujaji lona uthola untanga yakhe. I was happy nokuthi mention ukuthi this court there's something wrong.
Yeah,
put it on the record.
Way to corrupt. Court is corrupt.
Yeah. Put it on the record and apologize late.
Exactly.
So I was happy kakhulu Absalom Zungu. I think the next person ofuna eze uGwabini to destroy everything because there is no case. It seems like Baloyi is chasing shade.
Yeah.
Now I realize what I'm doing here is I won't walk away with it. So ngiyabonga bafethu qhubekani kanjalo bafethu nini updated because I think lama mainstream media lawa they are, I don't want even to mention them. So
sesinela la kini ulwazi because uyabona ngapha ukuthi ayisebenzi into ayikho
Kuyabheda.
nakanjani
Siyabonga mfowethu.
yeah ngoba ungathi uyabheka they never reported anything about ABSALOM Zungu. It's quiet. It's very quiet. Yeah, so it tells ukuthi bafaka imali kwezinye indawo nakanjani.
Siyabonga.
No, bafethu mphile man, siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you mfowethu.
Thank you.
It's
very quiet, eh? It's very quiet there by the mainstream.
Yeah, it's very quiet. The streets are quiet. Sibonge with 304 likes. Siyabonga guys, and thank you for person who gave. I saw the person idrinkinyana. Siyabonga lapho. Siyabonga. Bonge lola sikubonile usilimelo. Slimela. Qola silimela qola siyabonga uNkulunkulu abusise kwande la uthatha khona sibonge nje nako Whitstein only Vmac siyabonga Thafazwa siyabonga sibonge nje kakhulu mamfuneka and Bolora and Khulekani Zondo siyabonga bafethu kuba nathi kakhulu nje sibonge. We appreciate you. We were late today, but you are here with us. Some of you just woke up.
I made it,
Innocent Gumede. Thank you, Siyabonga. Sizwe 18. Siyabonga kakhulu Emil. Sibonga nje gini nonke. Thank you. Press your like button and do subscribe. We still require that support from you guys. In fact, we beg for that support. Do join membership. It does help. Do comment. It does help even if you chatted here. Commenting is not a sin. You can comment as many times as you can and like the video with many gadgets as you can. Olile Olim Muhangan. Siyabonga. Sibonga kakhulu kini nonke nje guys. Even those who I did not mention. Thank you very much. It's a bye from me.